Right, we are live on Sports Today, and this is at the end of a very, very good day for Indian sports. We first talked about the Olympics. Ravi Kumar Dahiya will fight for a gold after winning his wrestling semi-final. Deepak Punia is, of course, also in contention for a bronze, as are the Indian men's and women's hockey teams. But there was also cricket. There was some cricket tonight. Finally, after a while, India and England they started the test series, the five-match test series, and India, of course, sensational start in this first test match. England won the toss, decided to bat first, but they were blown away by India's pacers. England were knocked out, bowled out for 183, for a paltry 183, after electing to bat first at Trent Bridge in the first test match. This was some spirited bowling performance then from the Indian Pacers, just with Bumrah, Mohammad Shami. Bumrah finished with 4 wickets. Mohammad Shami finished with 3 wickets. 2 wickets there for Shardul Thakur, and the other wicket for the 1 wicket there for Mohammad Siraj. Really good bowling. What was most heartening was that Jasprit Bumrah didn't quite look he wasn't at his best in that World Test Championship final against New Zealand. He was that swing was lacking. There was no movement. He didn't get anything going with the ball for him in that Test match in the WTC final. But tonight at Trent Bridge, he was just back to his old self and was so dangerous. Picked up crucial wickets, as did Mohammad Shami, who I thought was the pick of the bowlers, did brilliantly well. India picked Shardul Thakur. So that additionally also bolsters the batting lineup. A lot of eyebrows were raised when R. Ashwin was left out just a few weeks back, just a few days back. In fact, Ashwin returned healthy figures in one of the games in England, but wasn't to be. Ravindra Jadeja was the sole spinner for India, but he bowled only 3 overs. So England were bowled out for 183. Joe Root, the only England batsman, the captain, getting some runs. He got 64, but then there were a couple of other batsmen. Zach Crawley got off to a start, was out for 27. Johnny Besto was out for 29, and then there was some late order runs from Sam Curran. But other than that, there was really nothing to write home to for England. It was such a disappointing performance. There were four batsmen who got out without scoring. Roddy Burns got out for a duck. Dan Lawrence got out for a duck. Josh Butler, such a dangerous batsman, normally got out for a duck, and as did Ollie Robinson. So it was a forgettable first day for England and India, opening with Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul were 21 for no loss at stumps. Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul both unbeaten on 9, both of them unbeaten on 9 each. So this is going to be a Herculean task. England will need a lot of things going for them to get back into this game and would hope to roll India out quickly. This is a strong India batting lineup. Um, Even without Mayank Agarwal, who suffered a concussion, Shubman Gill, of course, returned earlier. Then you have the three pillars of this Indian Test batting lineup: Pujara, Kohli, Rahane, and Rishabh Pant, who has been so good for India across formats. Ravindra Jadeja, his batting has improved by leaps and bounds, and of course Shardul Thakur, he'll take a lot of confidence from that from that Test match in Brisbane against Australia. Sachin Chaudhary, Bumrah is back in form as indeed he is. Sunil Tampe is boom boom Bumrah, and he was just that boom boom Bumrah on the opening day of this Test match. 4 wickets then to start off for him. Mohammad Shami 3 wickets, Shardul Thakur 2, Mohammad Siraj 1, and England bowled out for 183. Um, there were there are worrying signs. Kevin Peterson also tweeted to say that certain batsmen there are a bit of a concern. Rory Burns, Dom Sibley, Zach Roddy, we've been around for uh, they've been around England cricket for a bit, but they haven't developed really. Their game hasn't come out, hasn't developed as well as England cricket would have wanted, and there was very little support then for Joe Root, Johnny Best. So there was a bit of a partnership brewing up there, but they lost crucial wickets, crucial junctures, just when you would have hoped that they would want to really try and counter-attack India. And they lost their first wicket. England lost their first wicket in the very first over. Rory Burns, Zach Roddy, when he fell in, England were 2 for 42, 3 for 66 at one stage. But then there seemed to be a bit of a partnership developing between Johnny Besto and Joe Root. But again, that didn't really fructify into something more substantial. And once Johnny Besto fell, they also lost some. quick wickets, and it was just downward spiral from there on. There was no one to arrest the slide, and Joe Root was nearly he was running out of partners very quickly, but it was at the end that bowling performance India made the most of. Uh, India made the most of some very good form for Bumrah, Shami, and Siraj, and Thakur as well, playing his first Test match in England. It's a great start, and we hope this is uh, this is a sign of good things to come for India in this Test series. India, remember, won the Test series against England at home 3-1, and they want to repeat that success here. Of course, in 2018, India had lost 1-4 that five-match Test series, but Virat Kohli was in phenomenal form, and India were far more competitive than they were in 2014. So gradually, you see gradually improved performances with their Indian team. Also, England are severely under strength. They don't have Ben Stokes. They have a few of the top players missing. So that would be playing in the mind of Joe Root and company as well. Can India carry on this momentum? That tomorrow will be obviously very crucial. Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul, how much of a foundation can they lay down before Pujara? He has struggled for runs of late. You want some runs from Ajinkya Rahane. Virat Kohli is a 100 finally around the corner for the India captain. It's been a while, and when somebody of Virat Kohli's stature hasn't scored 100 in such a long time, you want him to do that and get it out quickly, get it quickly out of the way. There's some exciting cricket lined up in this Test match. So these stay tuned to Boston. And of course, there's the Olympics tomorrow. It's a big day. The India men's hockey team are going to take on Germany for in the bronze medal match. Then there's some bit of wrestling as well, a couple of medals uh, up for grabs for India tomorrow, which is going to be again a very, very important day for Indian sports and India at the Olympics. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a very good night. Do subscribe to Sports Today. Stay tuned there and stay safe.